Our approach at Ryan Carlisle is that redress scheme is an option for some clients. It's not going to suit a lot of clients, and certainly one of the things that people need to be aware of is that it is only available to those who have suffered child sexual abuse. Physical abuse is not covered. So that's an important distinction. Um, the next thing that people need to be aware of is that if the institution that they want to make the claim against is not part of the scheme, then they're not going to be able to make a redress claim. And at this stage, while there's been a lot of publicity about institutions saying they want to join, the process hasn't, it's a government-driven process, and that's going to take a little while, weeks, perhaps months, for those institutions to actually be formally on board. So the scheme will accept applications and sort of put them on hold where an institution isn't part of the scheme as yet, but that's a possible delay for people. Our suggestion to clients is that they get some advice before making a redress claim, because it may not be the best path forward for them. Those who are most likely to benefit from the redress scheme are those who made claims some time ago. Didn't get much money because all of this was a very new area. There were a lot of barriers that the law had in place at the time, which have now gone. And the redress scheme allows them to make what we call a top-up claim. So they can come back even though they settled their claim before and say, well, I didn't get enough, I'd like to have another go. So this scheme is well suited to them, provided they've suffered child sexual abuse. But because of the limitations on the redress scheme in terms of the payouts, most people who have claims are going to be better suited using other pathways to getting compensation. So there's a cap of $150,000, but most people are not going to get $150,000. Most of the assessments are going to be probably under $100,000. And making a claim through the pathways that we generally use would generally result in a higher payment than that. So our preference for most clients is not to go down the redress pathway, but to look at other options first.